Good day, everyone. Keith here. Like always, hoping you're having a good day, enjoying life, living life, loving life. I want to talk to people today again. Of course, like always, each and every day I have something to say. If you look at the header of the post, you'll see we're talking about some very succinct wording. Because we're talking about the legal purpose, which is commercial in fact, and proof that there is no separation of church and state through the dictation of the legislation. They say there's a separation of church and state, but we know the Vatican is the center of commercial activity. It destroys the whole thing. And I'll tell you, and you can do your research, that any time somebody forms a new nation, one of the bishops from the Vatican hands them a book, an accounting book, entering them into the central banking system on the international level so that they can conduct their commercial affairs through church and state for commercial purposes done through legal legislations. Period. And so today I want to talk to you about the private membership association, asserted and supported, uniform throughout the law of all jurisdictions. Because, see, in the First Amendment, it says that Congress shall make no law respecting the establishment of religion. And they assert that you have a right to your own religion. And in this Christian, secular society that we live in today, we have subdivisions of religion. And if that doesn't tell you anything, then you maybe ought to do some more research. See, when I think about the private membership association and the things I've been... Let me explain to you. They're forcing you to use a legal name. And the sole purpose of a legal name is for commercial revenue. Commercial revenue. And so if they're going to subject myself, forcing myself to use a legal name, which I don't wish to even associate with, let me point out to you, I posted a little clip the other day of a 1950s show called My Three Sons, wherein they explained the definition of legal through the adoption process. And so this legal name that they have up here on this profile that they're forcing me to use, Keith Little, is not the correct name, period. See, I was adopted. And so truly I am Keith Orland of kin Conrady, and in the legal sense, it would have a hyphen Little. And this is the importance of establishing yourself independently according to your ministry of the Word, which should be your mission in life. Please, people, listen and pay attention to the words I am using, and I'll help you comprehend the terms that have been put upon such words to twist them in their serpentine fashion, such as defendant, where they've added a prefix to the beginning of the word and a suffix to the end of the word. And that is of what you are. So let's look at that representative that has two prefixes added to the beginning of the root word and two suffixes added to the end of the root word. And the root word of representative is sent. Who sent you? Who sent you here? Was it the inspiration of two people that got together in a communion under His word and thought about what they would call you when you were born live? And remember, people, we still name our heirs even if they're born dead. We still give them a calling. What are you called? What are you called? Not who are you called. What are you called? Because in fact, in truth, you are a verb, ever moving, even when you lie down and sleep. Even when you're awake and sitting still. You are not a who. That is a noun. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Think about this stuff, people. When they try to force you to contract by using a legal name in a profile, in a public venue, where you're supposed to have freedom of speech, which is a freedom of expression. And they tell you you can only express yourself as a legal commercial entity. You see me move here. Do I look like a dead entity? Am I expressing myself appropriately? Am I dictating my word? Am I expressing the false dictation of their twisted, serpentine, legislative legalese? See, you people that are concerned about all these filings, I comprehend where you're at. I've been there. I've had people that depend on me. I've had my own children, my own heirs and heiresses, of whom depended on me. I've had a woman in my life that depended on me. So I see where you sit today, having people that depend on you. And you can't do things the way I do them. You can't just quit commerce. You have to be involved out of a doctrine of necessity. And so when you ask about how to file this and how to file this, or how to word this for this filing, I help you, and I do so freely. But I myself, I don't have to file a damn thing. Why not? Because I have enough knowledge to know that any time somebody puts forth something in front of me that I can see is false, all I got to do is ask for clarification. Point of law, please. What do you mean by this word is? Because, see, as far as I know, it depends on what your definition of the word is. What is your intent of the use of the word is in this particular instance? Is its intent commercial? Used in this legal format? Obviously, the way I see things, it is. Because let me help you comprehend that part there, people. You file things and you sign your name. And yet we know that the man that doesn't comprehend the literal written word of English, all he has to do is make a mark. And he can make any mark he wants. But he only does so after he has come to a one-to-one communication with the other parties, so everybody comprehends each and every word that has been spoken. And so when I go into any court, I don't need to write any documents, because I'm the law. Let be my yea, and my nay be my nay. So I ask, and so I shall receive clarification of point of law. And so I don't need to file documents, because all I got to do is make sure that there are 2 or more witnesses. And that one of those 2 or more witnesses will be a court reporter that will record every word I say. So when you want to try to pull me in from now on, let's get the real word about it. Traffic. Synonym mentioned in a couple different codes. Commerce, means, trade, traffic, and transportation. So when they give you a traffic citation, you can literally take that word traffic and change it with commerce. You can change it with trade. You can change it with transportation, and ask them for point of clarification. What is the intent of commerce, trade, transportation, or traffic? And that itself clarifies it. It's for commercial purposes in a legal realm, which is the purpose of legal commerce. Commerce and legal, though they have separate definitions, they have synonymous purpose. I hope you people want to watch this video and watch it again and again and take notes, because everything I am saying here is pertinent. If you want to stand like myself and speak the word and walk the walk, then listen, record, and assert. Pay attention. See the little guy, little man on the corner that wants to have a Kool-Aid stand in a public venue still has a right to be worthy of his hire. So if he wants to sell his little glass of Kool-Aid for 50 cents, he has a right to do so without any third-party interveners, period. And to be worthy of his hire, he puts his own value on it, not somebody else's. And so if there's another little guy down at the next corner, and he's selling his cup for $1, he has that same right. Say a damn thing about it. But if a third person comes along and says, well, little man, you can't sell that for $1. Clarification, point of law, what is your intent of the word sell? Is that for a commercial purpose, or is that for fair and equitable exchange? Remember, people, pay attention to the words I speak. I'm telling you the truth. I'm speaking the truth with no twists and turns. See that tongue? It's not forked. Do I slither in my ways so I distract you on which way I'm going? No, I don't. So when it comes to my word and my worthiness of equitable exchange, I put that value on there. And this is through the international laws, international union, labor laws. Remember, I just spoke about that freedom of association. Private membership association. Union and association are synonymous. Union isn't synonymous with labor. This is why they disappeared Jimmy Hoffa. He was trying to explain this to you people. Union is an association that puts their own value on their own equitable exchange for their own effort, for their own good works. So when you fill out your next employment application, remember, you're applying to be employed. And for all you people that go out to the military, you're filling out an application to deploy. So let's get to the root word and take that suffix on it. And what does ploy mean? Plot. I beg you people, quit letting these people dictate to yourself. And like I've said, do your own studies and research in etiology. E-T-I-O-L-O-G-Y. Root cause of what's happening to you in your life. Because you're dead the entire life that you live. You think you live. And yet you sit on your couch in your cognitive dissonance watching somebody else's life on a boob tube, trying to avoid your own, filling yourself with more cognitive dissonance as you suffer yourself with poisons. And so while you're worthy of your hire and you subject yourself to this Facebook realm without asserting that what they're doing is violation of international law, I'm the only one that wants to stand up here and say this. While other people make comments, well, you're in a public realm. Well, that little kid on the corner selling his Kool-Aid is in a public realm. Doesn't give anybody any right to intervene in a third-party quasi-contract saying that they're selling something according to their intent for commercial legal purposes so they can tax them. I am free of levy. So long as I follow his way, I shall be blameless. So again, while I comprehend that most people are stuck in Babylon, you quit babbling by learning etymology. Y-M-O-L-O-G-Y. Root word. And you get to this factor and you start comprehending it through experience, which gives you root knowledge. E-P-I-S-T-E-M-O-L-O-G-Y. Root knowledge. Now, once you have enough of all three of those, you can move forward in life with wisdom. Wise dominion. I urge you people to learn what dictates your life. Somebody else's words written down in a manual, guiding you forward like a carrot in front of a horse, or the word given to you by Spirit that gently pushes you forward from behind. The Spirit hand that guides you in your life as you go to church every Sunday. Are you a Protestant? A Methodist? A Catholic? A Presbyterian? Who is that? person that you're performing under. As you give this tithe to the church that uses it for itself, for its own commercial purposes, under a non-profit, doesn't that tell you something? They're not giving you the word of the prophets. They're giving you the word of profit and gain, which is a lucrative system that takes advantage of their fellow man. Again, I urge you, comprehend the words I am speaking. And again, like I said, I comprehend that you're stuck in the system. You have people that are dependent upon you. You've paid in consideration to a system where now you're old and disabled or retired and you depend upon a pension fund because you didn't prepare yourself while you were living, because you're concerned that when you die, and when you die, they don't put your calling on that tombstone that sits on a flat ledge called a ledger. They put the name of your person or a person that they granted you beneficial use of. See, I'm not going to die. I'll never die. This is the meaning of eternal life. I will not die. I will pass on. What will I pass on? I hope it will be my word that comes from it to stand in truth. Because without that word, you're dead all your life. You're already dead. So the two young people on the corners determining who they are, determining what they are as young souls, I urge you to educate them how to dictate their lives by learning how to dictate your own life, so that when you pass on, you have something to pass on to them instead of some debt, so that they don't have to pay for your sins. Come out of her. Quit babbling in lunacy, in hopes of gain and profit. Live in prosperity and abundance. There's another good one. A bond, B-O-N-D, is something that bounds you, B-O-U-N-D, to the derivative of the original word bund, B-U-N-D. In the term abundance. Learn the roots of where you come from, so that you can dictate your life in truth as a house ward in his house. Ruach HaKodesh, what we call today God and refer to as his, giving him a gender. Ruach HaKodesh, divine source, the divine source of life is not death, as written in your legalese manuals. It's not even what's written in all those different Bibles, you know, the subdivisions, wherein that divine source is what's supposed to bring us together, and we're supposed to foretell that. Again, I remind you, these churches of this secular society are again synonymous with the legal realm, which is synonymous with the commercial realm in their purpose. 1 Timothy chapters 10, verse 6, for the love of money is the root of all evil. And if you don't want your youngers paying for your sins, figure out the twisted serpentine BS of the evil. I'm here to help. So again, please pay attention to the word. Every time you see something written down, whether you think you know it or not, until it becomes you, then and only then can you talk the talk and walk the walk like I do. Only then can you come out of her and not have to worry about the system. Because when you establish it, your own private association is a covenant that is already expressly proven as your trust in Him and clarified in the pure trust stated in Genesis 1 verses 25, or excuse me, yes, 25 through Genesis 2, 25. That's the pure trust. And you provide your own statements. Whether you carry them verbally or written, you keep them private. And you bring them out when they attack you. You don't need their manuals to express yourself. You don't need their dictation to tell you what you can and cannot. What you need is root cause, root words, and root knowledge. So with experience, you can go forward with wisdom. Wisdom, wise dominion. Law. We are given dominion of law. We are given dominion of the land, air, and water in that trust that I just spoke of. And not until you comprehend the prosperity and abundance that is freely given can you give freely that word. Remember, people, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be doing this. God bless. I love you all.